All right, on our map now to northwest Indiana, where power has been restored for 99% of customers affected by this month's devastating storms. CBS News Chicago's Darius Johnson is in Gary, where some families went nearly 2 weeks in the dark.
And those questions about what took so long for the lights to come on will continue, even though majority of the people here in northwest Indiana now have power. However, there is still 1% of customers without power at this time. But NIPSCO says as it continues to close in on full restoration that is expected to happen soon, you have state and local leaders who are asking the question as to why it took so long and what went wrong, especially as this cleanup continues. Now, NIPSCO says power has now been restored to 99% of its customers who were impacted by those severe storms that swept through this area on August 11th, even the storms that came in the days after. At the height of those outages, hundreds of thousands of customers across northwest Indiana were in the dark. Some families in Gary went nearly 2 weeks without power. Now, as the last remaining outages are addressed, attention is also turning to cleanup efforts across the city. There are still downed trees and storm debris piled up in parts of Gary, mostly at curbs, and state officials say debris removal is the primary step when it comes to recovery.
Utilities never take this long to restore service after a major storm, so it's quite unprecedented and concerning to see the lack of initiative by NIPSCO.
Now, after those power outages, Indiana Governor Mike Braun is now speaking out, calling for an investigation into NIPSCO's handling of those outages. The mayor here in Gary also wanting answers as well. That investigation, could take between 6 months to a year, and the primary goal is for these state and local officials is to figure out exactly what went wrong and what needs to be done to ensure that the grid isn't wiped out the way that it was nearly 2 weeks ago if Gary experiences another storm with 99-mile-per-hour winds. We're live outside Gary City Hall this morning. I'm Darius Johnson.
Thank you, Darius.